Remote work, the push for homesteading, and a desire for investment diversification are driving a massive explosion in raw land demand. Developing raw land is a strict, bureaucratic process that often clashes with the romanticized vision of a simple rural escape. You are making a multi-decade, high-capital commitment. Purchasing a parcel with the wrong zoning type can trigger years of legal friction before you even clear the first tree. Before signing a deed, every buyer faces a specific, paralyzing conflict. Do you buy into a homeowners association, or do you seek out unrestricted, no-HOA dirt? This single decision dictates your budget, your daily lifestyle, and your permanent legal liabilities. This choice represents a permanent, structural trade-off between risk and labor. This quadrant chart maps the relationship between personal freedom and physical labor when buying raw land. In the high-burden, low-control corner, no-HOA land places individual responsibility on the owner. In the high-control, low-burden corner, HOA land outsources community management at the cost of regulatory oversight. Neither quadrant is objectively superior. The danger lies in a mismatch between your vision for the property and the land's actual governing structure. Rather than crowning a universal winner, we will use this framework to match your specific build plan to the right regulatory environment. Master plan developments are increasingly attaching HOAs to undeveloped raw land parcels in fast-growing regions. This path targets the turnkey buyer, retirees, or passive investors who prioritize value preservation over manual labor. This split-screen comparison matrix evaluates the mechanics of the HOA path, starting here on the left with infrastructure. By paying mandatory monthly or annual dues, you guarantee professionally maintained roads, community wells, drainage systems, and winter snow removal. These dues act as a permanent, non-tax deductible drain on your cash flow. You also remain vulnerable to inflation and unexpected special assessments if shared infrastructure requires repair. The second row examines property value and control. Submitting to an architectural review board ensures neighborhood uniformity. It prevents adjacent properties from becoming nuisances, which protects your long-term resale value. That uniformity requires severe limitations on your personal use. You will face strict bans on unconventional builds, tiny homes, or living out of an RV during the construction phase. The HOA path requires you to purchase protection and convenience by sacrificing your personal creative autonomy. On the opposite end of the spectrum is the ideal of completely unrestricted land. This is the domain of the autonomy buyer, homesteaders, off-grid builders, and weekend recreation seekers who require multi-use capability. Returning to our comparison matrix, we can evaluate the unrestricted ecosystem on the right, starting with creative control. Purchasing land with zero governing bodies yields absolute freedom. You dictate the house style, the timeline, the farming activities, and the storage of heavy equipment. The cost of that freedom is surrendering all control over your neighbors. Your property value is exposed to adjacent junk accumulation or disruptive, unregulated land use right next door. Finally, we look at financial execution. Total isolated ownership means zero recurring association fees. This improves your monthly cash flow and eliminates shared legal liabilities. But you bear 100% of the upfront physical and financial burden. Private road grading, utility trenching, and emergency access maintenance fall entirely on your shoulders. No-HOA land offers the ultimate blank canvas, but the hidden costs of raw infrastructure and neighbor risk can instantly shatter an underprepared budget. The final decision requires moving past abstract pros and cons, applying constraints directly to your lifestyle. This flowchart is the raw land decision matrix. It starts at the top with a single question: what is your primary goal? If you want a traditional residential build, a retirement spot, or a passive long-term hold, the flow points toward HOA land. You thrive under financial predictability. Outsourcing the heavy labor and securing protected equity makes the monthly dues a worthwhile expense. If you intend to homestead, build an off-grid cabin, or park an RV and heavy equipment, your outcome is no-HOA land. You must choose this path to avoid constant project-killing friction with strict architectural review boards. The best raw land is the parcel whose legal framework allows your specific vision to survive. For those pursuing the autonomy route, hear this warning. Unrestricted doesn't mean immune to the law. You must verify county zoning, access easements, and perk tests, which check if the soil can handle a septic system, before you sign. County law overrules your personal plans every single time. But if you complete that proper due diligence, securing the right raw land parcel is a highly rewarding long-term asset. Whether governed by a board or left totally wild, raw land remains a powerful investment, as long as you buy the right jurisdiction for your dream.